I'm paying all my own bills, so ain't nobody get none. Period. It's Janae here, and I'm back today with another video. First of all, I do want to apologize to you guys because I have been on like a little hiatus. I've been like MIA, incognito, in hiding. I needed a break, and I just wanted to come back rejuvenated. I know y'all are like, damn sis, how long of a break do you need? Like, it's been 6 or 7 months. This wig is from Amazon. I colored it myself. This is a 613 blonde T-part lace front wig. Yeah, and I dyed it myself, like I said. So yeah, and it is 24 inches right now. It's straightened. But yeah, just for quick specs on his hair. I am going to be doing a story time with y'all on why I went celibate. I know there are a lot of women and even men who are in a stage of celibacy or who are thinking about doing who are going celibate or abstinent. But I just kind of wanted to share a few stories with you guys and kind of tell you guys and help y'all better understand why I personally decided to go celibate. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, girl. Make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, also leave any comments that y'all have down in the comment section. But let's go ahead and get into this tea, girl. Okay, let's rewind back to last year. Okay, I went through a bad breakup the beginning of last year in January. So pretty much for the entire year, I wasn't in any like serious relationships or anything like that. And as far as, you know, my sex life, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, we're all grown here. If you're not 18 or older, you don't need to be on this video because we're talking about intercourse, okay? I wasn't dating anyone major or in any serious relationships last year, simply because I was still healing from the relationship, and I just wanted to take time. And I'm the type of person that I don't like to jump into anything unless I wholeheartedly feel like it's right. And so in my last relationship really helped me do that, which is pay attention to red flags early on. If it doesn't feel right, if it's not who I'm truly into, I'm just not going to waste my time. And things like that. Not saying that people should have to go through traumatic breakups and relationships in order to experience that, but that's where a lot of it comes from, because you learn, like, I know I don't want to go through that same relationship or those same things again. So you just kind of have a better mind as to what to watch out for. And that's something that I did get out of the relationship, is things to watch out for, things that I know I don't like, type of men that I know I don't like, and things that I'm just like not gonna put up with, right? And things that I want versus things that I don't want, which as it should be for all women. It had been months after my breakup until I ended up even having sex with someone else. So it took some time. And I remember the first person that, well, the ex that I'm speaking of is actually an ex-fiance. We were actually engaged at the time. So, yeah, so after him, the first person I remember that I had slept with after that, we had been talking back and forth for however many months before we ended up actually meeting each other. And so basically, long story short, you know, the day came and we ended up, you know, doing the do. And I just remember, like, afterward, I just felt like I didn't gain anything from this, you know, like I didn't benefit anything from it. Like, yeah, like it was fun in the moment, but it's just like I didn't feel anything afterward, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't feel anything. You know, I'm just like, this isn't it. Like, a lot of people can go through what we call a hoe phase, or like a spontaneous streak, or whatever you want to call it, and they just sleep with people because they're like, hey, I'm young, or whatever the case, I'm single, I don't have any kids, kids, you know, I'm not married, I can do what I want, which you absolutely can. And that was ultimately what, you know, the point that I was at. And still am, you know, I'm still fairly young, even though I'm in my later 20s. But at that time, that was my thought process. Like, I'm single, you know, I don't have any kids, I'm not married, I can do what I want as long as I'm being safe and I'm not hurting anyone. I just remember not feeling anything. Like, I'm just like, nah, this wasn't it, you know. So I want to say it was some time. It was actually some time after that had ended up going by before the person after that I ended up, you know, coming, you know, in contact with. So we had always, you know, knew each other, but we weren't like in close proximity. Like, we knew each other through mutual people. So this was the second person after my ex-fiance that I ended up, you know, coming in contact with. Just like the first time, I had the same feeling. I was just like, this just isn't it. Like, it's just not it, sis. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to tell y'all, but it just wasn't it. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm trying to find people to distract me from the traumas and whatever I was going through at that time. These people are just they're adding fuel to the fire. You know, like, I'm not making it better. I'm not healing this way. I'm not healing correctly this way. And so at that point, I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. Meaningless sex. I'm not doing, like, I just can't do it. Like, of course, like, okay, here's the thing about me. Like, I'm a big flirt. Like, I'm a big flirt, but I feel like that's just Libras in general. Libras in general are just really charming people, really friendly people, dark humor, sarcasm type of people. That's the type of person I am. So I'll flirt all day long, but at the end of the day, I'm the type of person that I want to belong to just one person. Like, I want to eventually be a wife and have a person, or have children with just one person. That's just how I am. Call me old-fashioned, but that's just what I look forward to in a relationship. After that, I was just like, no, like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not giving up the cookie. I'm not giving up the goodies no more. Like, no, I'm putting the lock on it, putting it, the key in the drop box at the bottom of the lake. Nobody's getting any. Nobody's getting any. I'm paying all my own bills, so ain't nobody getting none. Period. I didn't do anything for a while, quite a while. Months had gone by at this point, you guys. And that's when my the first stretch started, right? So during the first stretch, I believe it was during around summertime-ish last year, and maybe spring or summer, one of them, one of those warmer months. Okay, well, my neighbors are arguing, but girl, the tea is hot tonight, honey. During the first stretch of my celibacy, I was talking to this guy. Now, it was never anything serious, never anything where we had even really knew each other through mutual friends, because we had only known each other through social media, which is red flag number one. Like, that's a no-no. Please don't do that. He had always tried to meet up, and we had always talked on and off, like through social media, of course, for years. And he would always, like, you know, comment on a picture, inbox me or something like that. And of course would, you know, say how I was cute, and how he always wanted to link up. Number one, no, ladies, don't no man need to be hollering about, oh, let's link. We can link at Texas Roadhouse. We can link at Ruth's Chris. We can link at Texas Day Brazil. Okay, we can go on a date. We can go to the movies. We can go to the bowling alley. We can link there. no, you can't link. You can't come to my house and I'm not coming to your house. But I was dumb at the time. So he was like, oh, let's hang out. And for whatever reason, I decided to go ahead and hang out with them that day. Even though my gut, my intuition, you guys, which is very strong, may I add. Don't ever ignore your intuition. My intuition was nagging me that day that it wasn't a good idea. But of course, I ignored it like the dummy that I was. And I was like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, he ended up getting here, which somebody ended up dropping him off, which I didn't even know. Like, I thought he had his own car. So someone had dropped him off. And so he ended up coming over, like, I'm being friendly. So at first the vibe was like, okay, like we was, just talking, making small talk. So we're sitting there. I got whatever I had planned on TV. Now, back up before he got there, right? So he had always like said something or like made sexual advances or would say something sexual but then like laugh it off, like to see where my head was and to see if we were on the same page. And I was thinking what he was thinking, but I never was. Like, I never was. I would always be like, oh no, we don't have to do that to hang out. Like, we can just chill. Like, no, I'm good. Like, I had let it be known verbally and physically in the messages that sex was not on my mind. Like, I wasn't trying to go there with him. It was really some friendly homeboy type vibes. Like, at least that's what I thought. So, and I thought that it was clear, at least to me, it was clear that, we weren't doing anything. We had talked on and off for years, and I felt cool enough to hang around without feeling obligated to do anything with him, right? So he knew because I had already told him, because he did it. We talked about it right before he got there. And that's when I was just like, no, we don't have to do that, right? Sometimes these men try to act like they don't comprehend, or they'll say it or try to slick it in a different way to see if they can get you to think the same or say the same answer as you said before, try to get you to change your mind. So make sure that you always pay attention to that. If you have made it be known that you don't want to do nothing and they still try to force it on you, you need to block him and move, and that's a no. That's an absolute no. Okay. So this guy got to my house. The vibes are cool. We're talking and making small talk, having a good time, right? So I remember at one point in time, he stood up. So like, we're sitting next to each other, not even close. Like, he's sitting on one end of the couch and I'm sitting like in the middle toward the other end of the couch, right? So we're just talking. So I remember he stands up in front of me and he grabbed me by my shoulders. And I remember, you guys, in that moment, I froze. Like, I froze because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was about to happen next, y'all. So, and I remember I like kind of like moved his hands from around my shoulders, and I was like, whoa. And so he backed up and he was like, oh, my bad, I thought. And then I was just like, no, like, you need to go. Like, you need to leave. Like, call whoever just dropped you off. And then this man, even after that, had the nerve to ask me if I could drive him and drop him off to where he was going. Like, if I don't even trust you in my house alone, what makes you think I'm going to trust you in my car right next to me? Like, no, it's a no. Like, I was like, no, call whoever just dropped you off to come back and get you. Like, you need to go, right? And so he was like, oh, he like balled up. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want you to think like I'm no creep or nothing like that. But in the back of my head, I'm like, you fucking are, because you just grabbed me out of fucking nowhere. Like, I didn't give no hints, crack no jokes, give him no vibes, nothing like that, that I was even remotely like into that at that moment, because I was not. Like, I didn't give him no hints, like nothing, no body language, nothing. And so, like, you have the fucking audacity to do some shit like that. Like, get the fuck out my motherfucking house. After that, y'all, I'm just like, I don't even need to be hanging out with no guys. Like, at that point, sex wasn't even on my mind at that point when he got there. So I still was in like my celibacy streak or whatever. But it just made me even more like, scared to have sex. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, not scared to have sex, but it just made me even more aware of who you let in your space and who you let enter your body and touch your body and be in your presence. And it's so important, because I remember after that, I remember being so scared, because I'm like, what if that had went way more left than what it did? Like, it could have ended way worse than that. And I'm so thankful and so blessed that it didn't. But women, I'm not saying men don't either, but women for the most part have to go through that. And it's such a scary thing for us, because it's like, yeah, some men really don't be on no stuff like that. Like, if you let them know you ain't giving up no cookies, 9 times out of 10, if they like, all right, well, she ain't giving it up, so I'm gonna go on to somebody else, that's eventually but what they gonna do. But if you let it be known to somebody that's not on your mind, and they steady keep pressuring you about it, and you know in the back of your head that you're not comfortable regardless of what age you are, it, like, that should be relevant. That should be, like, you two should be on the same page. Like, they should get that and understand that. Like, you know, like, that whole thing was just crazy. So after that, I was like, no, I'm not even allowing no men I don't know in my house. Like, that's the number one thing. That's why I started doing dates only. And I get so many messages, y'all, so many just paragraphs from men, and it's all from men. Like, get all these messages from men talking about, oh, it's always a stipulation to date a woman nowadays, and this and that. And it's just like, but you not even asking them for nothing for real. You just asking them to go on a date every once in a while, or like, hey, can, like, help on a fucking light bill, or hey, do you need anything, a couple groceries, do you need gas? Like, just basic stuff men should be doing anyway. Like, they get so upset when I try to put that on to other women and project that on other women and let them know that, no, sis, you do deserve better than that. Men don't like that, because they feel like the bare minimum should be good enough. Like, they want you to do all this wifey stuff. They want you to be a ride or die. But every time you in the driver's seat, you don't know where we going. Like, I had to get to a point in my life where I had to get out of that mindset. Like, girl, just because the eggplant be good, don't make that eggplant cost you decisions that's going to go down years or the rest of your life. Like, it's, go ahead and use that intuition and use that smart girl brain that God gave you, okay, and make the good decision and go ahead and get out of that situation. It's okay to start over. I did it, and once you do it and you do it by yourself, it's a different type of peace, knowing that you decided to stick to your decision, and that you decided to boss up, and that you decided to be strong for yourself. Like, I feel like us women sometimes get so caught up in not saying like your whole life shouldn't be your children, but we get caught up in kids and families and husbands and these boyfriends and these friend groups and cliques, and we get so caught up in all of that, and we lose touch of what we want for ourselves. It's okay to take care of yourself. And I had to tell myself that, like, Janae, it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay for you to tell them, no, I'm not having sex, or I'm not giving my body to anybody. That it's okay to do that. Yeah, you'll have men who will get upset, like, oh, why are you playing, like, literally tell me, why are you playing so hard to get, or why are you acting stuck up, or why I gotta give you my money to do this and that. That's literally how some men approach me, and it's just like, I'll take that. I'll eat those words, because at the end of the day, I'm valuing myself, and you're respecting yourself when you choose to be abstinent or when you choose to be celibate. There's nothing wrong with that. And fuck the people who try to tell you that there's something wrong with that, or that, oh, you tripping, you this and that. No, you can call it what you want. You still ain't getting none at the end of the day. You could take me on 5 to 10 days. If I still don't want to give it up at the end of 5 to 10 days, I don't have to. Because a real man who really wants you, and they really want to be with you, ladies, they going to do whatever to accommodate you and make sure that you're comfortable. They not gonna force that on you if they really want to be with you. Like I said, a F-boy, they gonna go on about their business if you ain't talking what they trying to hear. They just gonna go on to the next one. Because it's plenty of women who will give them some for free. That's fine. They can go on to them hoes. You just don't be that hoe. I decided that no, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, ain't nobody getting no cookie until I see a real man who coming up in here trying to take care of me and who trying to help pay these bills. Then no, you ain't getting none. It's something that don't sit right with me, that I just pay every single bill in my house, but you trying to come over at 12 o'clock and 1 at night and get some. And it's just like, nah, that just don't sit right with me. I done paid every bill in this house by myself, and you want some. Or you trying to come over here and lay up, like, or you trying to come over here and chill, or you trying to come over here and, no, ladies, stop getting excited about this bare minimum shit that these men be doing. Okay, he bought you a bag of Doritos and like a pop from the gas station because he asked you if you wanted something real quick, and you just like, oh, my baby takes care of me. Girl, if that man ain't paying no bills, if he ain't putting nothing in your purse, he don't need to be putting nothing in your, okay? And that's on period. I don't give a damn who like it and who don't. That's just facts. Like, any man who is a real man should want to provide and take care of you. And then vice versa, if he taking care of you, you need to be doing the same for him, because you have to be the person that you want to find. Like, you know, you can't expect something out of a man, but you don't cook and clean and you don't watch the kids. Like, you can't, it doesn't work like that. It's a give and take. That is why I decided to just go into my celibacy. If I decide, like, I honestly don't think I'm going to be like, oh, well, I'm not having sex again until I get married. Like, girl, I don't think it's going to be that long. Until you meet a man, ladies, who is putting in that work and who absolutely deserves it, and who you have a gut feeling that that guy's right for you. And he might be totally and completely different from the guy that you even envision being with. Sometimes what we need ain't what we want. But what we want ain't what we need. Okay, so if you got a good man who's treating you right, who's taking care of you, and who, girl, like, yeah, then if you know, putting in some work and you being consistent and you doing what you supposed to do, you doing what a man supposed to do, you're gonna get every, like, loving, submissive form of a woman that you ever gonna get when she being treated right. So, yeah. Be at that point where you take care of yourself, you put your foot down, and you're going to be like, no, I'm not doing this meaningless sex anymore. I don't feel anything afterward. So, like, take care of yourself. And like I said, don't let anyone tell you to not take care of yourself and to not value yourself. That sounds crazy. Why would you even let someone get that through your head, or let someone make you feel bad about that? It's absolutely insane, you guys. Yeah, I know I have been on here talking for forever. This turned into a lengthy girl talk, y'all. If y'all have any comments, or if you can relate, I really and truly do want to hear y'all's feedback about this video. So if you made it to the end, make sure to leave me some cute comments or cards or hearts or something like that down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to join the block party if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.